Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Everybody's abuzz talking about AI. How can we use AI? We're terrified of AI. AI is taking over the world. We're going to be replaced by robots. A lot to consider. I am very excited to be here with you for another episode of Dr. Jacalyn Unscripted with one of our team members and a regular guest here at USA Global TV and Radio. His name is Robert J. Moore. And in the probably 5 years that I've known him, I have watched him succeed and excel at so many different things. And he's always here happy to bring his expertise to share with our audience and help motivate people to get off that couch and start doing something. Let's welcome Robert J. Moore to the show. Hello.
How are you today?
Fantastic. Good to see you. Thanks again for coming back.
It's been a while, eh? I guess you've been on the road and I've been doing things too. I actually went out of my way and went off internet for about a month and a half. My one computer crashed, so I decided, well, I'm tired of paying for ChatGPT and all this other stuff. So I paid like $10,000 and got a computer together and built it the way I need it for an AI server. So I got an AI server right here beside me now.
How cool is that? You're taking it to the next level. So
that's why it's next level coaching.
That's right. I love that. Good lead in. So Robert, I was speaking to you just briefly backstage about the fact that as an entrepreneur, you really have excelled in so many different areas. And just like what you just described with your computer, you're always out there going to the next level. And I know as a high-end business coach, a Forbes coach, you have worked with people in all aspects of their life. So let's just get started. How did you become a business owner and when was that?
I got clean and sober 2005. When I got clean and sober 2005, I had to find my way because I was lost for a lot of years. And I'll get into that in a minute if you really want me to. But I had to figure out something to do. So I said, I'll just go to school. And I said, I know a lot about drugs and alcohol. I'll go to school and I'll be a drug and alcohol counselor. So I decided to go to school and get my grade 12. But I'm in class with 15 people that are probably 20 years junior to my age. And they're all party animals. Even the instructor was a party animal and was talking about booze. And I'm like, oh, I'm 3 months clean and sober. And all I want to do is drink now. You know what I mean? So I pressured myself to stay clean and sober, and that's after like 30 years of drinking. So, I mean, like it was crazy. I got out of that, and I decided, well, I'll be a drug and alcohol counselor, and it was a whole different world being a counselor. It wasn't what I thought. I mean, you had to use your brain, you had to know the brain, you had to know this, that, you know the medications. It's like, wow. So I did that for 12 years. Amongst doing that, I still continued doing school. Right, so I went to school and I got my grade 12. I got my BA in psychology. I got my drugs and alcohol counseling, my master's in counseling. I've got harm reduction, mental health crisis, 200 doctorate degrees. I did all that because I didn't want to put on my wall like I do the Forbes and the Guinness World Records I have on the wall. I did it because I wanted to find me, not to impress anybody else. Hey, look at me, look at me. No, I didn't do it for that. So what happened was I started opening my own place to help empower other people. So when I learned how to empower another person, it made me feel like, wow, this is right on. I like to see this person smile. Something I could never do when I was going through drugs and alcohol. And just to get them to understand a little bit made me feel like gold. And that's what started my journey.
Congratulations on your journey, and we're very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. Just a question that I have, because we do have a whole community of business owners, and I myself have also stopped drinking. It's almost day 150. I liked to drink Chardonnay, and I like to eat sugar. I don't eat sugar anymore. But people will say, you know what? It's okay to get high. It's okay to drink. It's okay to do drugs because I'm still running my business effectively. What would you say to someone who has that mindset? And obviously, we're not here to judge anyone, but what are your thoughts about that?
As someone that was down the road and it accumulated me, there's a difference. When drugs and alcohol accumulate, you take over your life. Listen, okay, this brings me into the story where I didn't want to go, but I am going to go because it's unscripted today. I did 17 years in and out of prison. I was working with the bikers, the mafia, and all that. And it took me to places I probably should never have been. You know what I mean? But it opened me up, made me feel invincible, gave me a new personality. So when I quit drinking, it was like, what do I do? I'm in the community, and I was like a shy bug. And I didn't know what to do. I was lost until I got that extra help and accepted the fact, the steps in Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous, until I accepted those facts, those traditions and that, I was not going to go anywhere. And I hit my bottom, years before I even stopped. But the problem is there's people out there that can drink, that don't affect their business, don't affect the things they're doing. And it isn't a problem. They can stop any time. It's like cigarettes. It's like sugar. It's like anything. If you're having addiction, 90% of the time, it overtakes you. It takes you to, like my biological mom, I just moved her in, and she likes her cheesecake, and she gets nasty without it. Like basically one slice a day. She's like, I want my cheesecake, and just gets nasty. So I give her a cheesecake, and she's nice as pie for the rest of the day. It's like really weird. You know what I mean? It's almost like she's fixated on that. And that's what I was fixated on, the drugs and alcohol. But mind you, I want to tell you something else. I went through a hard life. When I was 20 years old, I lost my common wife, giving birth to my son. I lost my uncle 2 weeks later, hung himself. My brother, Thomas, 2001, died, drugs and alcohol. 2015, my brother Reagan died, drugs and alcohol. My brother Kevin died. Also, that's three brothers, drugs and alcohol, 2001. And now I've lost both parents. Like my personal parents, just my biological mom. I don't call mom, I just mom, just her name. So when you're looking at drugs and alcohol, it's even when people come to me, when someone knows they have a problem and it's getting them in a lot of trouble, they're in and out of jail and that, here's the thing. They'll sit there and sit in front of me and I'll tell them, look, I don't care if you drink or you don't drink or you do drugs or you don't do drugs. I don't care. Don't stop on my behalf. Just don't do it the day of. That's all I ask you to do. Just don't do it the day of that you're working with me. They said, I've never heard that before. I said, because drugs and alcohol aren't the problem. It's what's beneath that is the problem. So let's get to the core of the issue. And if you want to drink afterwards, that's your business. But at least you're dealing with the core of the issue. And 90% of the time when you deal with the core, they don't drink no more or do drugs or whatever they're doing.
I think that's so important what you just mentioned about the core. And I kind of want to segue, since it is unscripted and we can go anywhere, because you have so much expertise in artificial intelligence. But when you just mentioned about drugs and alcohol, and obviously that's one issue, what's at the core for many people of many subjects is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of the change. What happens if I do this? What happens if I go and say, you know what, I'm going to sign up for an AI course and I like it and I start to use it. And now I feel like I could be replaced. People have all kinds of thought processes. So when you're working with someone, how do you help them understand the fact that there's something at the core? You were just talking about that. Sometimes people, they want to put blinders on and they don't want to see it.
Anytime I work with someone, I get to their level. And what do I mean by that? So if a mechanic comes in, I know he's a mechanic. He tells me I'm a mechanic. I put myself in a position where I don't have to know cars and everything else to know this. I just have to put myself in a visionary spot where he's at. So basically he comes in or she comes in, pardon me, it could be anybody. And they're sitting there and they're talking about being a mechanic. They just got off work. Sorry for the grease in the hands or whatever. It could be a hairdresser. I don't care. So I'll sit there and say, okay, well, listen, if you have the battery, and I'll relate this whole sentence to something to do with a car. And then they say, oh, that's simple. That's blah, 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 blah. Now you're building a rapport with the person. You're opening up to the person. And you're not actually meeting them in an office. You can meet them anywhere. You can meet them out in the park where they feel comfortable. Don't trap them and bring them to the office. Because anytime I went to an office, I felt trapped. I felt like, well, they got me in the corner. Now, what am I supposed to do? Do I have cameras behind me? Are they going to tape this? I don't know. It's not a familiar area for me, so I feel uncomfortable. I want to be in an area where I feel comfortable. Go to a circus, walk around in a circus. I've done that a few times too. Know the circus around, go to a circus, walk around, make them feel comfortable. Play games with them and talk to them and walk them through this stuff. But get at their level. Now you build a rapport, and now you can work with them.
It sounds like what I'm hearing you say, Robert, is to leave the ego at the door and meet people where they are.
You know what EAGLE stands for? Edging God out. For me,
tell us more about that.
Well, I mean, like I never believed in God when I was younger because I'm just kicking indoors for a living, collecting money and breaking kneecaps, right? And I never believed in God. I always blame God for me being in jail. I always blame God for me being in trouble, for the things that happened in my life. Like my wife died in my hands, and oh yeah, that was God's fault. He wanted to take her for some reason. He didn't think I deserved it. I put all this negativity out there, and it was the blame game. When I stopped doing the blame game and learned that edging God out, like God itself with the ego part of it, and I learned about Sigmund Freud. We won't get into that because that's very confusing. You know what I mean? But what happened was I went to these AA meetings, and they said, you don't have to believe in God itself as a Jesus Christ or anything. Look at good orderly direction. And I said, that's pretty good. So I used the sponsor for good orderly direction. And when I heard God, it wasn't such cringing and all that stuff. So it wasn't as bad. And then later on, it started building up to more Jesus area. And then I married into a Christian family. But my mother-in-law keeps saying to me, one of these days, God's going to take that tongue away. And I said, look, leave the personality alone. He's got the rest of me. I mean, I got a trucker's mouth when I get going.
But you're aware of what you are and who you are. And I think that really is an attribute, because especially I'm 63 now. I know who I am. I know how I tick. I know what works for me and what doesn't. Many times people are going through life. They have no idea who they are. And so what I've seen is people are looking for that continuous external validation. They want that pat on the back. They want that way to go. And then when things change and maybe things aren't going so well and that person's not there anymore, now their whole world crumbles because they don't believe in themselves. So how can someone actually just think about all they really need is themselves and their higher power? Or maybe you disagree.
Well, you got to get them away from all the disbelief first, right? There's a lot of disbelief out there. A lot of people telling them they're never going to be somebody. A lot of people telling them that, hey, if something ever happens, it'll be a struck of lightning for you, and it's not like that at all. If you want something to happen, you got to make it happen. You got to sacrifice certain things to make it happen. If you look at chapter 2 at Napoleon Hill, for instance, and listen to the script, honestly, I listened to it before. It says in there, if you want something bad enough, you got to put a date to it. What are you going to sacrifice for it? So basically, say I wanted $100,000 by my birthday, May 29th last year, or whatever, or next year. I'd say to myself, okay, well, I want $100,000 or even $1 million. Don't matter what it is. We have to be realistic about it and visualize yourself. And then basically you got to say, okay, what am I going to do to earn that? What am I going to sacrifice to own that? So I'm only working 18 hours a day right now. I could work 10 hours a day, but do more engaging with other people and let them know more solutions to a problem. I can let them know that their problems aren't as bad as others, you know what I mean? Or show them a solution to ways to get out of their situation and help empower them in a lot of different ways, especially with AI these days. AI is tremendous. I mean, like I'm actually, AI's got a hold of me big time because I do a lot with AI. And if you go into ChatGPT, Robert J. Moore, and Next Level Coaching, it'll give you a big, long thing about me. So I'm indexed with them now because of the stuff I do and the stuff I put out there. But I changed it from next level coaching, where I used to do business coaching with others. And now basically this is the last year I'm doing that. So if anybody, and I mean anybody's interested in having a coach that's only going to charge $5,000 for 1 year, and normally charge $125,000 for a year, I'm only charging $5,000 for a year. And I'll meet up once a week. I'll give you my all and everything, even help you build that site, even help you put the things in there that will help the stuff. Get you index, get you, visualize, get you AEO, SEO, GSO, all the different things. Like, people are going to say, well, what is all that? It's all in the video I gave you.
We're going to be showing that. That was my next question for the person who's not well
I
versed
can read
in
it like
AI.
a book.
But so let's break it down. We have a lot of guests on our network who are authors, for example. How can AI, short of writing an entire book, which I shared with you, some people are using AI to write an entire book. How could AI help an author?
Look, I was an ex-publisher, high-end publisher. I had the serious people, Jack Canfield, Armin Morin, Les Brown's daughter, you name it, I had them in there doing forwards for me and some top-notch stuff. And I've done over 502 books. The thing is with AI, a lot of people, when they use AI, think they're actually writing the book, but they're not actually humanizing it. So there are tools out there you can humanize it, make it more sound their personality, their stuff. Because if you just make it sound like a robot or unhumanized, it's going to get red flagged eventually, because all these places are starting to back off from the publishers just doing a book with AI. And they ask you that when you publish it too. Are you using AI? They scan it like crazy. And if it's a certain percentage more than they want, they'll ask you to humanize it.
Robert, for people who may not be aware, I think that's such a huge point. How does a person know, an author, potential author, know if they're using too much AI? What does that look like?
Oh, there's tools out there. You can Google it. You can Google it and say, humanize my script from AI or whatever it may be. It's not hard. They got a lot of free tools. Grammarly has one. A lot of them have it. So it's not hard to find. I mean, you can go on AppSumo and get a package there for entrepreneurs. They sell lifetime packages on there and just say, look, I want, humanized stuff. And it will it's a package you can do certain different things. I mean, it's not hard to do. You just Google it, you'll find it. By the way, I do want to mention one thing I'm very proud of. I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm going to tell you what it is. Visionary leaders have been inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Congratulations. What does that mean?
It just means I'm an inductee in the Hall of Fame. I've been a coach for a long time. And even Forbes gave me a Visionary Leader one time, from Forbes. I got rid of all my trophies here. I didn't want trophies here anymore. My mother-in-law wouldn't let me throw them out, so she kept them at her house. I mean, I know what I have. I don't have to prove to people what I have. I mean, they see it online if they Google me. It's just an interesting another platform, another level to have. I mean, Guinness World Records, same thing. Being in Forbes 3-4 times, writing for Forbes. It's just different levels that you can put yourself in to be more recognized and say, hey, listen, but I'm no better than the person just starting out. I'm no better than the person. I don't like being put in a category. I'm just knowledgeable in certain areas that you're not, because I put myself out there more for that. It's like AI. I mean, a lot of people go to Harvard for law school. Well, Harvard X is where I got trained and got certified from for AI.
Well, congratulations on all these milestones. That's what I was mentioning in the beginning of the show. It's somebody who is out there thinking, I really like what he's saying. They might be intimidated. They might say, I'm not good enough as a client to actually call him. What are your thoughts on that?
What are you scared of? I mean, we all got to start somewhere, first of all. I mean, if you're not putting yourself out there to say, I need the help, then you're the one hurting your own self. Our worst person to critique herself is the person in the mirror. So my advice is, if you want to get hold of me, Dr. Jacalyn, anybody that on the team, anybody out there, it don't matter who it is, take that belief system, man. Just give 1 ounce of hope. 1 ounce of hope will lead you a whole lot of ways. You know what I mean? Like, give that person a chance. You don't even have to do a visual like this. You can actually do emails. You can actually do a text or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do until you feel comfortable enough to get on screen with the person. You know, I never tell anybody anybody's business anyways. I'm the kind of person, if you tell me something, it's going to stay with me. Unless you want people to know, then that's your business. Then you'll put it out there on an interview or something, not me.
Thank you, Robert. I know just a few minutes ago we were talking about how AI can benefit authors. I know as a business person and also an author that I use AI every single day, and I use it in replacement of people instead of hiring humans, I'm sorry to say. And AI does make mistakes, but it saves me a fortune. Can you talk a little bit to our audience who are business owners how they can use AI?
Well, you could actually you go on more vacations. You go on do sleep better. AI just works 24/7. It's put automation out there. So if I want something on YouTube, I want something that on Facebook, I have a tool that I could actually use that does 365 days of posts for me. That all I just have to do is put the stuff in there, the posts in that, and AI does all the scripting for me. I read it, make sure it's proper. I do the pictures for it, put the pictures in there. And I just pick the times when I want to release it, and it just goes to all the platforms. I mean, it's automation. It advertises your business, lets people know that you're out there, and I don't have to do it. So now I have time for something else. Instead of paying someone 13 to 15, 25, 30 bucks an hour for doing that, I paid a one-time fee to get a lifetime membership, or I build the stuff. 90% of the time I build my own stuff. Like YouTube, I got my own thing I use. I don't give it to everybody else. I just use it for myself. It just posts on YouTube itself. It does a script for me. It does the pictures, the video, and everything for me, and just does it. You know what I mean? It's the best way to go when you're looking at having more time for other parts of your business. You can't be one person doing everything. A lot of entrepreneurs are perfectionists. They want to make sure that nobody's doing this. So they're overlooking these people, and they're saying, okay, don't do this, don't do that. Well, if those people aren't there and you're using AI, you're not going to say that. And I don't want to defend the fact that AI is going to take over everybody's job, because it's not. It's just a preference if you want to use it. A lot of people, I don't like hiring people. I tell you, I came in this year. I came in this year and I said, listen, I fired a whole team on my team, like a whole part of my whole section of it. And people sit there and say, well, why would you do that? They need jobs. I said, listen, you don't understand. The person I fired or the team I fired or the section I fired wasn't about that. I say it was a team of excuses. And I can't go move forward if I have those excuses. So get rid of those excuses, get rid of the negativity, move forward, and put something in return to that. I sleep better now knowing my stuff. Even when I was down a month, I'm still making money. Believe it or not, I had no computer, no access to it, just my phone, and I really can't do much with my phone. I am getting a little older. My eyes are getting a little bit, self-bound, I'll say. So needless to say, I was still making money because my stuff was still going out there.
Well, you've just given a significant number of reasons why business owners should absolutely consider using artificial intelligence, and you're the person to work with them on that for sure. I want to bring up a short video clip that's on YouTube. Tell us what it is that we'll be seeing here.
Well, it's a brand new thing I'm moving out there that basically what you do is when you go buy, it's only $149 I'm putting it out for, but when I do on AppSumo or somewhere else, it's going to be a different price because they don't allow proper price. They want deals on there. So what it is you just download it when you go in the desktop. You go in there and you download it. You upload it to your site. Automatically puts a tab up there, all right, and it gives you blogs. Once a week, it'll give you a new blog. It'll search the internet about stuff about you. It actually identifies, make sure it's you. It's really, really to the core to make sure. And it looks at your website and does blogs about your stuff. So basically, it's RSSing you. Right, it's allowing you to be identified more, and not only that, you'll see in there it's got the SEO. It's got everybody says, "Oh, we got to do SEO." Well, SEO is slowly going out, anyways. I use AEO, and you're going to see all about that in a second. GXO, and the reason why I do that is because, you know what, when people have that integrity to have the stuff coming in, it's going to bring you more leads, give you more critique. People are going to see you a lot better and visualize a lot better on your stuff.
I'm excited to take a look at this. Here we go.
Go for it.
Whoops, sorry.
At Next Level Coaching, we've been watching a major shift happen online. People are no longer relying only on Google. They're asking ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, Copilot, Grok, and other AI systems for answers, recommendations, products, services, and trusted experts. That's why Next Level Coaching created AI Visibility. AI Visibility is a self-hosted platform developed by Next Level Coaching to help businesses become more discoverable in both traditional search engines and modern AI-powered search platforms. Once installed on your website, AI Visibility automatically creates and publishes fresh authority content every week. The platform works continuously in the background, helping businesses strengthen their online presence without constantly creating content themselves. Developed by Next Level Coaching, AI Visibility incorporates the principles of SEO, AEO, GEO, and SXO. Search engine optimization helps search engines find and index your content. Answer engine optimization helps AI answer engines surface your content when people ask questions. Generative engine optimization helps platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, Copilot, and Grok better understand, reference, and recommend your business. Search experience optimization helps create a better experience for visitors once they arrive on your website. Every week, AI Visibility automatically publishes new content designed to build topical authority, strengthen your digital footprint, improve discoverability, and help AI systems better understand your business. The result is a website that continues to grow, a stronger online presence, and greater visibility across both search engines and AI platforms. At Next Level Coaching, we built AI Visibility because we believe the future belongs to businesses that are not only searchable, but understandable and recommendable by artificial intelligence. If you're serious about being found in the AI era, AI Visibility was built for you. At Next Level Coaching, we've been watching a major shift happen online. People are no longer relying only on Google. They're asking ChatGPT.
That one there is going to be finalized and put out. I'm just doing all the testing on it right now. It'll be finalized next week. And I'll tell you, if anybody goes through and mentions your name, like, I'll give them a discount. It's $149 right now. I'll give them a discount of $67 for a lifetime deal.
That's fantastic. So for anyone who's interested in implementing this service, they can go to nextlevelcoaching.com.
They can go there. Just email me, Robert at nextlevelcoachinginc.com. If they want to email me or get a hold of me on Facebook, whatever. All they have to do is say, look, I'm interested in getting to know more about it. They mention your name, I'll give it to them for a cheap price.
Okay, so mention Dr. Jacalyn or USA Global TV and Radio, and Robert will give you a discount. So for someone who has some level of AI experience, but they're not an expert like you are, how much time does a business owner have to put into implementing this so that their website continues to appear at the top?
In this part here, you don't do nothing. You just upload it and it does itself. I have it set that it actually automatically does itself. It does the crons and everything on it. It's no big deal. It puts it all out there, puts a tab up top, it does all the screen testing and everything. It does everything for you. I have it set that it automatically will do it. I mean, all you have to do is unzip it, put it in your website. As long as it's not WordPress. I can't stress enough how much WordPress is past tense. You know what I mean? HTML and SaaS programs and everything else are definitely the way to go, in my opinion. WordPress is, I don't know, I found that it doesn't get enough attention anymore. The SaaS platforms, services, it just makes more sense to me.
So that brings me to a question, because I think I have 4 websites that I manage myself. I don't use WordPress, but I'm on GoDaddy Builder. Can this be incorporated with that?
That's still AI, which is software as a service.
That's okay.
That's SaaS, yeah.
Okay, so that sounds like something I'm going to be doing. Why not? That sounds like and I can get my own discount with my, if I use my own name.
I think I know you by now.
Right, exactly. And then I'll be able to report back how much easier it makes things, because keeping a website, if you're not going in, this is my experience, if you're not going into your own website and doing blogs or making updates or making changes, then it starts to fall continuously in a Google search. Is that right?
Yeah, it does, especially if you don't have an RSS with it, which, I mean, it's a site summary of reality, basically. You know what I mean? If you want your site to be recognized, you got to keep up with the times. And allowing yourself to have that visibility. So reality simple syndication is RSS. And what that does is say, when Google will look at you and all these other places will look at you, and they index you by the fact if you're doing stuff online. So the more you're putting out there, the more you'll see. So if you Google Robert J. Moore, you'll see that I've done a lot of stuff. It comes up. The reason why is because I'm indexing it. When it's being indexed, automatically it goes in one stash pile. So basically you have to claim that on Google, which I've done years ago. And I don't get to see all the other stuff. I don't see all the noise. You got to get past that noise part. So when you Google your own name, what do you really see? How do you want to build that up?
Oh, I see. So when you mentioned noise, you mean a lot of the other things that might appear in your Google when someone Googles you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you Google Robert J. Moore, I mean, you're going to see quite a bit of me. If you Google your name, you're going to see quite a bit of you, because you've been doing a lot of stuff and over the years, and your name gets mentioned, certain things gets mentioned, and they tie it together, right? So they index it, basically, is what they say.
Right. And something else I'd like you to just share with our audience, especially business owners, how important is visibility? How important is it for people to be able to find you?
Well, visibility is huge. I mean, if someone, do you actually want to be recognized in your field? Then that's up to you. But personally, if I'm putting a business out there, it's not just about making money, but it's about empowering other people and helping other people, seeing how they react to the different things that you say or do. I learn so much from other people to build my business than I do learning by, doing books and everything else, or doing, whatever I got to do, testing on my sites or whatever. The reason why is because they go through problems that I may never have been through. And they discuss those problems with me. Oh, I had this and this happen to me. And I may not ever had that happen to me. And I'll say, okay, how'd you handle that? I'll say, that's good. I like that. So I'm learning from them how that has been taken care of. And I critique that in my own ways as I go. So I learn a lot more from other people I work with, and they don't even realize it. So basically, visibility is credibility. If you want credibility, there's two different kinds of credibility. Credibility could be in person, when you take pictures with the person. Now, these days, it's the worst part is AI can actually make that happen and make it look like it's real. That's why I stick with the actual video, and get them to say something with you, or get them to do a testimonial about you or something like that. Now, that's a good credibility. But you can also do online presence credibility too, where people just see you online and they see you with all these different people connected, talking, and everything else. Like Al Pacino's stepmom was a personal friend of mine, and before she died, and she even wrote in my books and everything too. She'd be a very fantastic lady to deal with, and I would sit there and talk to her when she got upset about different things. Her husband's a great guy, and you'd be amazed the type of people that you get to meet if you just open yourself up to those people.
You've really hit on something, which is, at least many people that I work with, if there could be guests or coaching, people don't want to be out there. The first thing I think is interesting is someone books in to be a guest, and our team will look for some research because they didn't give us a bio. They're not on LinkedIn. You cannot find them on LinkedIn. And I think to myself, if you own a business, why are you not searchable? Yeah. And I guess people have reasons. I don't know what the reasons are, but if you want to be out there, especially what you said, you leaving a legacy, helping other people, you've got to be searchable.
I see a lot of people, they own businesses, they just want to keep in their own city. Now, it's different if it's not an online presence business. Yeah, you can keep local all you want, get to know the people in the city. I don't even work with anybody in my own town. I don't work with people in my own town. Anybody outskirts of that, no problem. But for some reason, I'm global. I went global a long time ago, and I find it's a better reach. I mean, I've worked with people in Australia, 3 o'clock in the morning. I have to sit here at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's noon hour there. I mean, it's the weirdest thing, but I mean, it helps. It empowers. It just gets you. The time zone thing screws me over all the time, as you know. Some of the people I do interviews with on your end, it's like 2 hours difference here, 3 hours difference here. It's like, well, I can't keep up with the different time zones.
I understand. And it's funny because when I went to London last year, I felt like I was a celebrity and I could walk across the street and no one knows who I am. So it is interesting how we build a global presence.
When
So
you go
Robert,
somewhere, check this out. When you go somewhere, I went to London, England. I was there to get an award I won for my book, my very first book. That was years ago, obviously. I got recognized by 5 different people out there. It was the weirdest thing. And I don't know who they were. I don't know where they were, but I put myself out there enough. I even went to a gas station in Canada here one time. And what happened was I went to pump the gas. I finished pumping the gas, put the thing nozzle back in. And then all of a sudden I see this guy running towards the door and he opens the door for me. And then next thing you know, he says, I'm not letting you pay. He says, no celebrity around me pays. And then he puts the money in, puts the money down and pays for me. And it's like, who the hell's a celebrity? You know what I mean? Like I didn't picture myself as any kind of celebrity or something. He says, you are. He says, you don't know how much you've helped me from telling what you need to tell. You know what I mean? Like, okay, talk to me. He says, when you sit there and say the stuff online and you're just talking to the camera, I'm listening. People like me listen and we watch. We may not say nothing to you, but we're watching and we get to learn from you. May not hire you, but this is my gratitude to you. Today, I'm buying you the gas. I said, wow, that was a trip. I've never had that happen since, but I mean, that was pretty cool.
that is very cool. We never know whose lives we're touching. It's really key. And it's the same thing for people out there who are watching, whether they're watching now or later or listening now or later. You don't know whose life you can impact. But if you don't do anything, if you stay on your couch and you are not being proactive, which is the last part of our show, I just want to touch on briefly. Many times, Robert, we know something. We have knowledge. We have understanding, but we do not take action. For example, we might go for a physical and the doctor says, if you want to have a better cholesterol number, don't do this. But yet we think, nah, I'm still going to do it anyway. So how can we break through that barrier of knowing is not enough to actually doing?
First off, you have to look at the fact of what your niche is. Okay. A lot of people I see get online on Facebook, LinkedIn, all these different areas. What they want to do is they want to advertise what they're doing at home, what they're doing out in business, what they're doing here. Now you're clustering the whole thing with, I don't know what the hell you do. That's what I call it. I don't know what the hell you do, because what do? You sit there and say you're a specialist and this and that, but I don't see none of that, because you're saying you write books, you do this, you do that. Now, the problem is it's different for me to say that, because first off, I got an umbrella name, Next Level Coaching. Underneath that umbrella name, I built that up first off, but people know I'm a business coach. There's a business coach right there. And then on the right-hand side of that, I can say I'm a speaker. But I don't have to do it all in one day on the page, so people sit there and get confused of what I do for a living. Stick with one thing until people get to know you. Say, listen, and then when you get to know you, say, listen, I'm branching off and doing public speaking now. Or I'm branching off I'm going to be an author at the same time. So if you guys want to work with me, we can do that. But don't put it all in one jar and think people are going to understand you. That's huge, man. I don't understand why people do it. I was talking to a guy last night. He goes, he wants to hire me because he's all confused what he wants to do. I said, I guess you are. I said, I see what you're doing.
What was the response? Because the person, you saw what the person was doing and, they're doing the right page, right?
Well, I'm hoping they'll come to me. I mean, you know the person too. I'll just say it that way.
Oh.
They've actually interviewed me.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Well, I hope it works out. I love when people collaborate and make things happen. That's really important. Robert, we are closing out for today. What message would you like to leave with people? And then we'll get into how people can contact you.
Straightforward, man. Stop being a wussy and get out there, man. Stop being shy about what you can't do and what you can do. You know what I mean? Like, first off, you can do it. First, like, people sit there and say, oh, maybe this year is going to be my time. No. Right now is your time. Right now is your time. Don't sit there and hold off. You want to do something in life. You want to make that bill that keeps coming in your mail or in the bank or whatever is going on. You want to make $100,000. You can't do it sitting on the couch eating bonbons or wishing something will happen. Go out and get it. Go out and do it. Hire someone. Get someone that has a good course. Get someone that can teach you. Don't get someone that's going to enable you. Don't get your best friend say, oh, it's okay, it's a pat in the back. No, I'm not that kind of guy. If I feel you're doing something wrong, I'm going to let you know. And a lot of people know that, hey, I'm very straightforward, but I care more about your business than I do your emotions. So that's where I come in with things. I care more about your business than I do your emotions. Your emotions we can deal with later. I mean, I don't care what kind of names you call me afterwards, but once you see your business starting to thrive, you say, well, this guy's not so bad after all. You know what I mean? Because I'm more focused on empowering you and your business than I am how people look and see you. Listen, you're going to have people talking about you. You're going to have people sitting there wanting to do the exact same thing you're doing. That just means you're doing something right. When they're not talking about you, you're doing something wrong. When they're talking about you, you're doing something right.
Exactly. Robert, we now have on the screen a way for people to actually book a session with you. So who would you like to reach out, and what's the best way for them to connect?
Anybody wants to reach out that feels that I can empower them through the conversations we had today. If this is the last year, and I mean the last year, I don't care if you get me on December 31st at midnight or 11:59, I mean, and say, I want to work with you, and we do a contract and we do this and do that. I'll work with you for 1 year for $5,000, and that will include whatever you have. It could be the AI part, it could be the business part. I'll rip your business apart and we'll make it structured. That way it'll work a lot better for you. And a lot of people, they say, well, I got a beautiful business right now, I'm looking at it. Well, when I look at their site, I know a girl that does a travel agency I just picked up 2 weeks ago from California. I looked at her site, all the pictures are blurry. She says she has a hard time with the, like booking people. I gave her a short, easy way to do it with AI. And she says, holy cow, I just made $1,500 in a day. I said, well, there you go. You know what I mean? I said, you can't have something and be professional and they'll look like crap. You got to have it looking a lot better than that. You got to give people a vision what you're about.
Absolutely brilliant. We have your email address on the screen right now. We've got your website. We've got your YouTube short clip for people to revisit it. And again, if they mention my name, Dr. Jacalyn, or USA Global TV and Radio, they will get a substantial discount. Yeah. I will be signing up for the service, and we'll be bringing you back, and we can have a chat about that.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you, Robert. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks for having me on. I hope you have a beautiful day out there. Keep the sun shining too.
Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Cheers.
Well, there you have it, folks. Once again, I'm going to ask you to consider, what are you currently doing in your life? What can you let go of, and what can you embrace? AI is here to stay. And Robert just shared with you what he's doing with AI. He built his own computer, and now he's out there helping people all across the world. I use AI every single day, and it's been life-changing. So what are you waiting for? What it reminds me of, and I can't take credit for this because it actually was from David Nicholson, who was one of our guests. He talked about remembering when we didn't have email. And when email came out and people were like, I'm not going to use this. And I remember in corporate when they brought in Salesforce.com, and people who had been there for a long time said, I'm not going to use this. These are tools that can be life-changing, but you first have to make a commitment to do something, get out of your box, get out of the mindset that you're not good enough, that you have nothing to offer. Each and every one of us has something to offer. So thanks for listening. If you haven't done so yet, please consider going over to our YouTube channels. We have two, USA Global TV and Radio, where we have the Silver Creator Award for over 100,000 subscribers, and Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, which we started a couple of years ago. We now just crossed 40,000. Thank you so much. And I will leave you with this. We are really grateful. I personally am grateful for everyone who watches our programs, for everyone who's on our team. And I just put together a little thank you movie trailer. Let's take a look, and we'll be back with our next show. Thank you. Every great story begins with a vision. At USA Global TV and Radio, for years, we've been providing world-class education, entertainment, inspiration, imagination, connections, and hope. Most people don't stay to watch the outro or the credits, but it's the people behind every success, behind every breakthrough, and behind every unforgettable story who matter. The TV show hosts, our guests, our sponsors, our publicists, our production team, our distribution team, our search engine optimization team, and so many more. You're the ones who make the difference. Every great story belongs to the people who bring it to life. Our future looks bright at USA Global TV and Radio, and that's because of you, our loyal fan base all around the world in more than 60 countries. Together, we're making a difference because you matter. USA Global TV and Radio, live streaming to over 60 countries. Voiceover, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Video production and direction, Paul Garcia. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV and Radio on YouTube.
Hey you, psst. Yes you, watching this right now. Are you creating content, a blog, a podcast, a newsletter, going live on Instagram or TikTok, and still not seeing real visibility or growth? Here's why. Anyone can post, anyone can go live, but not everyone is positioned to be taken seriously. Right now, people are going to YouTube to search for experts, for answers, for credibility. So while you're putting in the work, someone else is being seen as the authority. Not because they know more, because they're positioned better. Now imagine this. Your own professionally produced TV show, marketed, distributed, optimized with SEO so people can actually find you. Not just seen, but searchable, discoverable, positioned. You're trained, you're coached, you're guided. No experience necessary, but you do have to be coachable, because this is about stepping into a higher level. This isn't about doing more, it's about doing it right. We've already built the platform, 2 YouTube channels, a global audience, a Silver Creator Award. So the question is, how much longer are you going to rely on temporary visibility when you could be building real authority? If you're ready to be seen differently, go to usaglobaltv.com and apply to host your own show. This is for individuals who are serious about investing in their visibility, their credibility, and their growth. If that's you, we're ready. USA Global TV and Radio, where your voice becomes your platform. Executive producer, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Videographer, Paul Garcia. Voiceover, Ed Vargas. All rights reserved. This production is the exclusive property of the USA Global TV and Radio and may not be reproduced, distributed, or used without written permission.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USAGlobalTV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.